Jules here, evening. Jules from Jules Designs and JT Creations. So final one with my travel journal. So I had that. I've decided not to use it. However, I might keep it for one of the covers. So I had a journal and travel die. So I cut them out just in just cheap black. I would say it's heavy paper, and it's not it's got like a brown core in it, so it's no good to me. What I did was I embossed that one with the Blonde Moments iridescent powders. One's the violet and the other one's the blue, and I quite liked it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I've got like a compass, because obviously it's a travel journal, and we will put that somewhere on. And I think what I might do is stick it on with glossy accents and go over the top so it doesn't peel off that easy. So I'll be back in 2 seconds when I get my embossing powders. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. These aren't the Blonde Moments, these were the Heritage rubber stamp embossing powders. So that one was the blue pearl and that one was the violet pearl. But what I was thinking was the fresh mango iridescent or the fresh red iridescent for these. I'm not sure. decisions, and maybe put a bit of that in. See, that's an orange and it's got like a greeny gold in it as well. It's quite, yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Definitely for the compass, so we'll do the compass first. So we'll move that out the way. Just put my embossing powders down on the floor. And what I did was I used this one, the tinted embossing stamp pad. I've had it for years. It's a bit got some little black dots in it, but I've just recently re-inked it, and all I did was I just used a pencil and just pressed it down into the embossing pad, and because it's tinted I can see. Yeah, so it's covered. And a piece of paper would be nice. Right, so I'll use one of these. I'll use that one. And all I do is I just tip it on. It's a bit much, I know. And pick it out. I'm just knocking off any loose. Oops, just put it upside down, Julie. And then we'll put this back in the pot. Otherwise I'll have it blowing all around my craft room. And we'll move these here. And what I'm using is my little and my heat gun. I will speed this up so that you don't have to watch this, but I will try and do it off so that you can see it taking. There, so you can see, so it's gone kind of a metallic. On white it shows more orange, but on the black, as you can see, it shows more of a coppery colour. and I think that would go quite nice on the journal. In fact, I quite like that. I like that better than that. Right, okay, so I have got another journal, because when I first cut them out, my die didn't cut properly because I had lots of other dies on, and I moved it when I put it back through. So we will do this one again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the travel, and I think I'll use the iridescent red, and we'll see what colour that goes. Again, I'm just pressing that into the, if I put my fingers in it, then I get embossing powder all over my fingers, and I just get in a mess. So I find it easier just to do it like this. The tea's not, even if it's not tinted, you can usually see because it has like a glossy, that little bit of the L. I think that's it. And back on with the yellow paper. And this has like a, I think this has a green in it as well, so it has another colour in because it's iridescent. Yeah, I'm just going to break these up. Must have got a bit. And pick this out. This is when you need a pair of tweezers. And I have got tweezers, I just forgot where I put them all. And then I'll try and do this one again, so that you can see it turn. And again, that has totally gone a totally different colour to what was in the pot. So we've got like a greeny one there and a goldy one there, which again looks better on that than that. That one's a Sweet Cool Iridescent. That's Blonde Moments. I wonder what's in that one. So that's Sweet Cool Iridescent. That's Fresh Red Iridescent. So let me have a look and see what else I've got. Right, I've got them. I got these years ago, so I've got this one, the Sweet Floss Iridescent. I've got, I think, no. I mean, I've had these for years, really, I've had them for years. That's a red sparkle. I don't want a red sparkle, but I'm just wondering if I should use one of these. That one I've used, that one I've used. And I can't see what it says on the back because it's too small for me, for my eyes now. It doesn't say anything. It's by Art from the Heart in Harrogate. Just trying to see what's in that, because that one you can see there's a bit of gold. I think I might have a go with that. We'll stick with the reds because we've used the red and the orange. So we'll put that away again and out with the embossing. If I don't like it, I can always cut another one out. Where's my pencil? There it is. Okay, we'll just... that one further along. And I'm just slightly dabbing it into there and then checking it. I think we're fine. So we'll see what colour this one comes out. If I don't like it, I can always put more embossing powder on it and mix it up a bit. You just have to watch that you don't over emboss, because if you keep the heat gun on it too long, it will it burns it and then it just dries out and goes dull. Yep. Back in. I've not tried these on black card in all the years I've had them, so again I'll try and do it so you can see it too. Right, so it's not too far off the colour, but it has gone like a metallic, as you can see. So we've got that one, we've got that one, and we've got that one. So I think what I might do is I might just dab a little bit of that on the J and a little bit of that on other parts. So we'll try that. So I do have, it's an embossing pen, it's by Zig, and what I'll do is I'll use this rather than dip it in the pad. Now is that, it's still, because I've had these for years as well. And we'll do a bit there and a bit there. And what was it we were going to do? There, it's got a little tiny bit of that on, so I think that's enough for that. I might even put a bit of the purple on and see what we get. And this is how you mix your colours. I love mixing my colours. I love mixing my ink colours as well. And that feels as if it's dried out. I've got another one somewhere. This is a bigger one. Oh, that one's squeaky. I can hear that one. So we'll put a bit of the fresh mango on this. And that's that one. Knock that off. I might get a bit of contamination, but hey ho. it doesn't matter. You get some absolutely fantastic results from sometimes from your mistakes. Right, we'll try the purple one because we've not tried that one, and we'll see what colour that was. I'll just lift that up. I always put the lids back on, otherwise I end up getting this all over. And again, I'll try and do it with the heat gun out of the way so you can see it turn. There we are. So we've got kind of a, it's like metal when it gets mixed with other bits and pieces. I don't know whether you can see that. There you are. I'm trying to see through the lens so you can see the try with it. There you are. So we've got that. Now take this out the way. So we've got travel, journal, and right, we'll take this off. And it is the right way, yep. So what I don't want is I don't want it going through the elastic, because the elastic will pull it off eventually. And do I put that on the bottom? That looks quite nice. So where's my glossy accents? And these are just glossy accents by Ranger. Again, it's something I've had for years, and I think it's getting a bit thick and gloopy. Yeah, they were on sale in one of the craft shops, and I would have picked up about 3 or 4 bottles. I'm on to my last one now, so, but it's probably about 10-15-year-old. And I'll use my pin from this, from my glue. Back, and we'll now I am putting glossy accents all over it because I do want this to stick down, and glossy accents work, it makes a good glue. And then what I'll do is I'll put a layer over the top. So I'm just going to stand up while I do this. I'm just going to open it like that as well, so I can get a good because it is squeezing out of the sides, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Thought I was going to have to take it off and move it a little bit, but no. Probably squeezing a bit too much on, but just gently get a hold of it. And see there's glossy accents coming out the side, which is fine because the actual cover's got Mod Podge, glossy Mod Podge on anyway, and I am going to go over it with glossy accents. And this one wants to go down here. So again, I'm just trying to cover every little bit, the spikes, because if it's going to come off anywhere, it will be the spikes. And we'll just move that into line. My fingers are sticky. And I don't want to get the sticky bits, the fluffy bits off there. Right, so that's... And what I am going to do is I am going to push it in to the journal, because I've made the faux leather, so it is quite, it's not floppy, but it's flexible. You can put dints in it. So if I just press these in, there we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glossy accents over the, well, around the edges. And this will help seal it in as well. So I'm quite pleased with this. I'm glad I used those blonde moments. I wasn't going to, I was just going to use a gold or a copper. But I thought I'll try them. I've got a great big huge box on the floor there full of embossing powders that have never been opened, because I got that many sent to me when I was demoing, and I already had my own, so rather than open a new one. And if you've used embossing powders, a little pot like that lasts you forever. But I did treat myself to some Tim Holtz ones, the distressed ones, so I have been using them on edges and things like that. I'm just filling in there. And this stuff lasts forever as well. Now, what I'm going to use to brush over, instead of using a brush, I've got these, I got them from, I think, Hair and Beauty World. They're just silicone brushes, and they're quite easy to clean. They are used for hair dyes and bleaches, so they are quite strong. And that'll take about a day, I think, to dry. So you can see where I've put it on quite heavy around the little die cuts. It's just anything that's left. There we are. So we will leave that to dry. You can see where it's quite heavy, and I'll watch over it. It will take, by tomorrow it will be dry fully, and then I think we'll come back unless I can do this now. So we've got tags in here. I quite like this because it flaps open. I'm going to put a belly band in there. I think I'll come back tomorrow and do a final flip through. I think that would be better, and then you'll see. I've got a hair stuck in that. So I'm quite pleased with that. I'm quite pleased with the colours. So we used the Blonde Moments Sweet Floss Iridescent, Blonde Moments Fresh Mango. That's the Fresh Mango. We used Fresh Red Iridescent, and that's that one. The Journal was the Sweet Floss Iridescent, and we used a bit of the Sweet Cool Iridescent on there, and we used the other two throughout. So I'm quite pleased with that, and once it dries, it'll just, if I have to gloss over the whole lot to make it as glossy, but I very much doubt it. I think it'll go, it'll just mix in with it. If it doesn't, I'll just go over the whole front. And once it's dried a bit, I'll poke those bits in. I'm always poking things because I can't wait. Now you can see. So it is drying a bit, so I will keep it on. Right, so I hope you get something from that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.